So today's my presentation would be on the role of AI in inclusive skills development. Uh, at present world, we can see that there are two schools of thought. One which says that AI is going to take most of the jobs from us, while there will be loss of jobs because AI is advancing and we are more getting more and more dependent on the AI for our day-to-day work. But at the same time, there is another school of thought which says that AI is going to be very helpful to include more and more people who are not, getting the benefits of education and skilling. So I would like to take the advantage, and I'll support the second school of thought by justifying how AI is going to help the people who are still under the lower segments of society. They are not able to get the skilling benefits, and how the penetration of AI in the last zone, last mile, can help them to enhance their skill set to come up the ladder. And so we can just start with the AI and its significance in today's world. What basically is AI? The definition by NASA, which is one of the biggest organizations working with AI and doing all the satellite initiatives, says that artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that can perform complex tasks normally done by human reasoning, decision making, and creating, etc. Now, basically, what artificial intelligence means, as my previous speaker has very nicely explained what all AI is, we can also say that AI tries to easy our work because it helps us perform the complex task easily. At the same time, it has also the element of human reasoning. It also helps us to take decision making. At the same time, IBM defines artificial intelligence as the technology that enables computers and machines to stimulate human learning, to comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, and autonomy. So the day by day, AI is getting more enhanced. It is getting more equipped to help human society, to help us even creating, data analyzing, developing ideas, even taking it to decision making with human elements. So that is why we as humans are also getting more and more dependent on AI. Now, the disruption created by AI. Whenever there is any technology, there has to be disruption in our societies. And right now, this is what we are facing. We are at the flux of disruption. AI is used in demand forecasting. Now, we are so much dependent on AI that we are using it in every sphere of our life, from the supply chain optimization, product development, and all the areas. It has the ability to analyze large data sets. It has the ability to identify the hidden patterns also, and provide insights led to enhanced decision making in businesses. It has revolutionized almost all the sectors, be it healthcare sector, which has which even take care of patients. It has uh, So it has manages the medical inventory. It has tackled the medical equipment. It has also given the predictive analytics, reshape risk management and investment strategies. Now, if you take the sectors like health, finance, uh, manufacturing, services, you can see agriculture, every sector is being touched base by AI. And we can see some of them, like McKinsey Global Institute, suggest that half of the jobs in the coming time is going to go away because of the AI there. At the same time, we also need to see how AI is taking the stage at a higher trend, and how it is going to help us in educating, and how it is going to help us equipping with more and more skills, and how it is going to help us meet the need of the hours. At the same time, the global trend What are the global trend as per the AI? Countries around the world are becoming more and more increasingly aware about the potential and socio-economic benefits of AI and how it can be applied. Now, when the technology as AI had come in, we were more skeptical. We were more threatened that the global jobs will be taken away. There were reports which quoted that with the AI intervention, with the inception of AI, humans are going to lose a lot of jobs. We'll be so much loss of jobs. But at the same time, countries and emerging economies, they took it as a advantage, and we came up that how can this AI be potentially help us in meeting the socio-economic benefits. Now the countries like China and US, UK, China has 26%, while UK has 10% of their GDP, respectively, to be sourced from AI related activities and businesses in 2030. So, even all the countries are trying to take more and more advantage from AI, and they are estimated that most of the organizations, most of the economies will be depending their GDPs through AI. The recent developments last year, 2023 and 24, can be marked as the major changing years in AI. Even in 23, 61 notable AI models have been originated only from US based institutions, while European Union it's 21 and China it's 15. So more and more experiments are happening, more and more models are being disrupted, and new models of learning is coming up. Economies are investing in AI. There has been research which is more AI based. People are investing, they are doing their PhDs, they are doing their research work in AI because they want to know more. How can this AI be more helpful? Countries like China, USA, France, Japan, they have set up committees, they have increased their public spending on AI technology. Labor market is also changing with the AI because when you see the European world, Europe or even US, most of the labor markets, we can see that there's a tightness in a term that unemployment is increasing at the historically low levels, and more people are, so the time has come, either you upskill yourself, either you reskill yourself, or you will be out of the labor market. So we have come and we have reached to a era that either you need to learn AI, or as our earlier speaker said, either you need to equip how to take help from AI and be make it an assistant for our easier workspace, or else we will be washed out from the market. Increased focus on AI by different countries. So as you can see that AI ecosystem has developed tremendously even in last 18 to 24 months. I was reading a report and I could see that last year, 2024, has been a drastic year for the change because a lot of changes, lot of public spending from the countries have come up on AI. As far as India is concerned, as I am representing India, I would like to tell you that Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship was set up in 2014 as the smallest and the youngest ministry in India way back in 14. It has been 10, 11 years, but the changes has been drastic. There has been earlier there were in industrial training institutions which used to take care of most of the trades like fitter, trainer, welder, being more manufacturing led training institutions. But now with the advent of new age trainings, new age interventions, AI, these institutions have also launched courses and curriculums in robotics, in drone manufacturing. So a lot of changes is also taking place in education and skill institutions, as they are forced to enhance the people, they are forced to upskill the people with new and new skill set, which can only be done by AI. The global labor market landscape in 2025 says that the global unemployment rate is at 4.9%, which stands at the lowest level since 1991. So we can see that the global unemployment rate is on upsurge. Lower middle class income economies, which is making the 40% of the global population, is having the bulk of working population. They are the Now the world has completely changed. Earlier, there were the developed countries which were leading the development. People were looking up to them, but now the time has come that all the experimentations, all the models, all the disruptions is happening in the lower middle income economies. Why? Because they are more into numbers. They are more having they are more young, they are more populated, because the 40% of population is residing in these economies. And this is why it becomes very important to understand how AI can be utilized for the effective utilization of our resources. Now, for these countries or for these economies, resources is humans. Humans is also a resource, because we are so densely populated. Until and unless we equip them with the perfect skill set, it will be difficult for them to harness this population economic dividend. And that's why AI is transforming businesses and labor market. AI and information processing technologies are expected to have the biggest impact. As per World Economic Survey, 86% of respondents said that technologies is going to transform their businesses in 2030. And we are just 5 years behind 2030. We can see, like in India, has been recently, it was, we could say, uh, digitalization has been introduced. Government is giving a lot of push to digital interventions. Now you can't see people carrying money. There is no cash money which is being carried. What has happened, that the apps are there. People are so much dependent on the apps. New apps are coming, and this is why India is also emerging as one of the leading country in unicorns, because the youth is coming up with new startups in AI. So the all gist is that the country is giving more and more focus on digitalization with AI. And AI is enabling setting up of new and new businesses, which can be startups. And because the country is so much into youth populated, that youth is also coming up. With AI, we have digital logistic plans. With AI, we do not need any office. If you are carrying your office in mobile, you have apps which can take care. You at the same time you can do a lot of multiple things, and this is why you are trying to disrupt the markets. What are the advantages of AI in inclusive skilling? Now, AI has the potential to revolutionize the skill development by promoting inclusivity, personalization, and accessibility. At the same time, when we say that AI has the potential to disrupt the businesses, we also need to understand that AI has the potential to bring people together, to help each other. And this was best witnessed during the COVID period. India being a massive country, and across the globe, we all were suffering because of COVID. And the only one thing which connected us from each other is technology. It was AI, that people were working from their home. They were getting paid without going to the banks. They were they were taking the digital and online appointment from doctors. Even the healthcare system has revolutionized with AI, that people are using machineries and simulation to do the surgery. Teaching has also come into that spectrum, that skill development, teaching, education is also now more and more dependent on AI. We could see that schools which are taking, Byju's is one of the applications. They are trying to create simulations. They are trying trying to teach hands-on skilling through such kind of environment. Now, at the same time, AI is trying to bring the personal touch. AI is trying to enable how to help in accessibility. If there are many people, they can just go and access with at the touch of the finger. AI powered solution that cater the diverse need of students, teachers, and communities across the world. So AI is coming up as a solution for the students, for the teachers to learn, to reskill, to skill, and also to the communities. Communities which are not having enough money, communities which are residing in the far-flung areas, communities which are maybe, let's say, women which are not very much represented across the countries. How can AI powered solution help them improve and build their skills and come up and represent? AI has fueled e-learning platforms. Now that has come up. We all know there has been so many MOOC platforms, and they are revolutionizing the learners' journeys by hyper personalizing the path based on performance and learning styles. Now the platforms has come up where we can acquire education on the basis of my strength, on the basis of my learning, on the basis of what my um, psychometric inclination is. Hence, we are not only dependent on number of infrastructural facilities which are located across countries or across the world, but there is a whole ambit of learning platforms which has come up, and which also give us, from the touch of our fingers, we can acquire the hands-on learning. We can do the apprenticeship. There are discussions of virtual apprenticeship. Without even going at the shop floor, we can learn how manufacturing take place. So the new research suggests that AI can help accelerate learning and skill development, and it is fertile ground to be further explored. There are technologies which could change the job readiness, and they could even increase the evaluating and continuously improving the training as long as stays relevant. Now, so there is one segment of labor market which is entering, the youth. Every year new people are entering in the labor market, but also there are people who have joined the labor market way back. Now there is a disconnect, because the youth which is entering in the labor market is very much handy with the AI, but the people who had joined the labor market many years ago, they might not be having the enough skill set. There is a disconnect. Where is AI come into role? Reskilling and upskilling through AI and through online platform has enabled the upskilling and reskilling of the people who were there in the labor market since ages. And also, it gives a competitive environment for a better learning, for enhanced learning experience. What are the models? What are the role, how AI is bridging that gap? So there are certain you can say learning systems. The first one is adaptive learning system. Now these use machine learning algorithms. These use algorithms to analyze student strengths, weaknesses, and learning preferences. Now, even organizations are going to the regional levels. They are going to the village level. They are going to the block level, to the community level, to understand where is the strength of that community or that student lies. Where is the weakness? Where is the learning preference? Learning is not happening at a standardized rate. It is happening at a customized rate. It is happening as per the preference and as per the inclination of a learner, because it is happening through AI. So that's interesting, because earlier there were set number of subjects, there was set number of uh, trainers, but now all that thing has been disrupted. Everything is online, and even companies and platforms, they are taking initiative to made tailor made learning as tailor made as per the needs of the learner. Now they ensure students with disability. Now what is happening, that accessibility is being increased. Even people who could not get fair chance of learning is getting a chance, such as disabled people. They are English language learners. There are countries, there are regions which are not, which are not handy with the English language. But now there are apps which are very handy, and we can communicate with people who do not even know our language. We can learn foreign languages through AI. So this is happening through adaptive learning systems. AI powered chatbot. Now, what is happening earlier? The first level of grievance redressal mechanism started with humans, but now the first level grievance mechanism is being given to the chatbots. They are there. They are there to help us with innovative and revolutionized solution to our problems. Chatbots, they can provide real-time feedback. We are not dependent to reach out to them at any point of time because they are AI. So, whenever you have any problem, you can reach out to chatbots. They can answer your problem. They can offer you guidance. They can make education more accessible to students. And it is all in the non-traditional ways. Earlier traditional methods have been disrupted. AI-driven analytics, now the big data has come up. People, what is a large data set which used to be collected, to store them was a problem. But now technology is there, AI platforms are there where you can dump that large data set. There are platforms where the data can be interpreted in various manner at the just click of a finger. Educators can identify early warning signs of learning difficulties. They can track student progress without even interacting with the students in face-to-face manner. There can be assessment, and there can be evaluation of their performance. There can be handling of their problem statement, and in a more interactive manner. Data-driven approaches enable teachers to create more effective lesson plans. It is now taking care to individual basis. It can adjust instructions which can meet diverse learners' need. Now, earlier what used to happen that in a class of 20 or in a class of 50, 10 student might, if a student is not able to communicate with the teacher, he or she may not get the same kind of attention. But with the AI in place, that thing is being taken care of. Personalized attention is happening at the shop floor, at the education institution. VR and AR, immersive technology has come up, which gives the real artificial environment, but giving the real experience without even going to shop floor. Now students can learn in that simulation. They can learn what will happen. Pilots are being trained without even letting them use the letting them use the airplane. Because earlier there are certain industries which has lot of which is more crucial, which is more critical in terms of learning. Pilot is one. Then there is jewelry is one of the sector that, which deals with the diamonds. There can be more and more wastage if at the learning phase. But now with the AI coming in, the more immersive technology is happening. The environment is created where a learner can learn without even using the real the real products. And it is more safe, it is more handy, it is more friendly. uh, that's why it is becoming more and more easier for a trainer and also for a learner. Now, what kind of tools do we have through AI language translation tool, now which enables the students to access educational content in a native language. Uh, Again, I would give example of India. India has languages which are like, we ourselves have so many languages which are regional in touch. North is different, south is different. But what can be done? There are AI language translation tool. A person can communicate with a Spanish speaking person, even if that person do not know Spanish. Now, these platforms are enabling people to communicate, to break the barrier of language, enhance learning experience. AI powered algorithm are letting people probe. They are helping in designing intelligent tutoring system. They can analyze individual strength, weaknesses, and accordingly learning systems can be created. Virtual speech is one of the tool which is used by users to practice different soft skills and provide immediate feedback based on their performance. Strategic content delivery. AI powered VR and AR technology, they are promising and creating environments which look like real environment, and the learning take place as if it is happening in the real environment, making skilling accessible to all people who are who are not who are visually impaired can also have the experience of seeing AI, have seeing AI applications. They can overcome their physical barriers, and then they can learn such things because of AI enable programs. So these are some of the tools which are helping in acquiring acquiring learnings. But there are many such kind of tools which has come up and which is making learning more and more easier. Reskilling. Now, how reskilling can be done with the help of AI? Task transformation. Artificial intelligence may replace some job, as we know it, that some segment of job is going to go away in some years, but it can also transform task within occupation. So the line of occupation will remain the same. It may happen that the workers can have the higher value activities. It can have lead to new approaches and new skilling can come. For example, skills like new age skills have come up, robotics. With the more and more advancement in the AI happening, people are getting what is big data analytics, how is robotics happening. uh, we ourselves, we were not taught any kind of AI related subjects when we were in school or in colleges, but now we always try to read, and we always try to hand our use our hand in applications which let us acquire something new. As our previous speaker said, that now you can even create music by the just if you have an imagination, you can draw the pictures, you can do anything with just the thought process of the thought. So tasks are being transformed with the AI. Some tasks will be obsolete and they will move out of the labor market, but there will be some tasks which will be new. Drone technologies. In India, earlier we used to have photographers when a wedding is taking place, but now drones are being used to capture the wedding function. So that there is disruption happening in every segment of the society. Demand. As AI handles repetitive and routine tasks, demand increases for unique human skills. Now, if we really want to leverage AI, we also need to equip ourselves, our human skills, to effectively prop AI. For example, Chat GPT, it can give you beautiful results, but until and unless you are able to probe it properly, it can solve complex problem until and unless you know how to make use of it. Interpersonal communication. So we also need to upskill ourselves so that we can take the right level of use from the AI. Historical parallels. So now it has been always observed, whenever there is a new technology which comes in, it do disrupt our labor market. It disrupt the environment, but at the same time, it creates long-term economic and growth developments. It is happening, it results in better socio-economic outcomes to the society. Artificial intelligence, it has potential to address the biggest challenges in education, to innovate teaching, to learning practices, and accelerate and address all the SDGs which are there. And SDG 4 pertains to the learning and innovation in teaching. So particularly SDG 4 is being addressed with the AI to to innovate. Now, there is some of the successful implementation of AI, how is being happening for the inclusive skilling. Now, Microsoft's AI for accessibility. Microsoft is using AI tool for developing the disabilities. Now, they are having some tool which is helping the disabled people. AI powered Seeing AI app, it helps visually impaired individual to navigate daily tasks. Then we have IBM Skills Build. IBM driven training programs, they are for underrepresented communities. Now we have certain communities, as I told you, which are not not that much equipped with the skills. They are not equipped with the day-to-day utilities. Now such kind of programs have been launched to make them come and make them represent. They offer free access to AI based career counseling and technical training. At young age, people and youth do not know what is good for me, which skill should I use. There may be students or there may be youth which are good at one kind of hands on skill, but they do not know how to translate that skill into their career. So such kind of counseling platforms are present. Then we have Google Project Euphoria, which is basically, it is speech recognition, which helps people to recognize the speech and then help them represent themselves, and they can have more accessibility. NSDC, which is National Skill Development Corporation, that is one of the organization which implements government aided skill development programs in India. It has come up with chatbot which basically reach out to the rural youth, because they are not that much educated, they are not that much they are not that much aware of all the career avenues. So that kind of platform guide them, chatbot ask certain questions, and they help them which kind of skill training program should they take, which will be more aligned to their skill set, to their needs. Now, there is a country level initiative like Finland. It is having elements of AI, which is a free online platform. And it is, the first part is basically common for all the learners, which do not take you to high level jargons. It is basically here, first level, people can just know, what is their how learning is taking place, what AI is, the basics of AI, simply. And the second part basically takes in them into uh, 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 algorithms. They basically tell them how to do the data analytics, a bit of it, so that they can have free learning and they can also use their hands in AI. Now, over 5,50,000 students have basically, utilized and learned and acquired skills through this platform. And best part is 40% of them are female. Now, one of the best thing which also I would like to touch base is, in countries, there are certain countries where women take the role of household worker. Especially in India, I would say majority of female are at the villages, they are in their houses, they take care of the family. But when it comes to acquiring skills, again, they do not get that much representation to go out, because they have a family to take care. But with the AI coming in and with such kind of free online resources available, they are learning everything. Even I have seen village level women who is putting their hands in solar panel installation, and they are using, they are learning agriculture related programs through AI, through just at the phone, and then doing wonders. So uh, AI has given advantage to people, to women, which earlier do not used to get that much center stage to learn. AI for Youth UNESCO. This is another online repository of resources, which you may also check, where it also supports teachers and students to learn, to acquire. They can acquire, teachers can learn online because they also need to have, upskilling. They also need to harness their skills, their teaching skills. And at the same time, students can learn and acquire skills from this platform. AT&T Talent Overhaul is again online self-service platform where people can engage in workshops like what we are doing. We do not, we do not know each other personally, but we are learning from each other. We are trying to interact. And when it becomes two-way, it is kind of, we are cross learning, cross country learning is taking place. And such kind of platforms are helping people to have more cultural interchanges and come up with new and new innovative platforms, which again can be leveraged for businesses. Now, New Venture Institute in Australia, the institute is trying to help educators and researchers to prepare them for more disrupted future environment. So disruption is going to bound to happen because we are more and more advancing ourselves to more disrupted environment. And when things disrupt, there take place that something new is going to happen. A new opportunities will arise to learn and to cross learn. And to take advantage of such kind of opportunities, New Venture Institute in Australia has come up, which is basically a platform for cross learning of educators and researchers. Now they interact, they create new products, they learn how to market those products, and at the same time, at the intersection of business incubation, education, and industry innovation. So the three things are interchanging. There is academia, there is industry, and there is educators. Now, academia is doing more and more academic research. Uh, Industries, they are coming with their problem statement. And then the researcher, they are trying to help, and whatever is the learning happening, it is also translated into the education platforms as new skill courses, and it is being offered to new students. Challenging of using AI in skill development. Now, we have enough spoken about what are the benefits of AI in skill development. Yes, it is good for accessibility. Yes, it is good for, for women representation. It is good for learning at masses. But there are certain kind of challenges which is offered by AI. First, high implementation cost. uh, Not every education institute can set up these AR and VR advanced technology centers because it involves a lot of cost. There is a digital divide. In India, still, you can say 33% of people are still not connected to any form of internet. Internet connectivity is a problem. There are countries which are not leveraging, basic internet. So if that is the case, then there is a digital device. It becomes difficult if they are not having necessary hardware or internet connection, then such kind of uh, platforms cannot be used. Data privacy and security is one of the biggest problem which most of the countries are suffering. There are cyber crimes happening, there are cyber scams happening, and all segment of society, all type of people are being being faced with these kind of issues. Deep fakes are happening, which are very, very, you can say, which are very dangerous for the society. Need for AI literacy, because such kind of problems are happening. And also, we also need to understand not every educator, not every trainer is AI literate. So AI literacy is also a barrier, because who are there teaching in our education institutions, or if per se I speak about the skill development institutions, they are the people who left teaching way back. And it becomes very difficult because they do not know the new nuances of AI. Although it's very easy, but they are also not aware, they are not AI literate, and which creates a hurdle for them. Dependency on technology. Over reliance on AI is also a problem because that is hampering the critical thinking skills. Bias in AI algorithms. Not always AI models give you the exact result. There can be biases. There can be biases from training data. There can be biases from statistical data set. There can be biases from algorithms, which uh, may create a challenge in skill development. Where is the future lies for AI and the skilling? Now, as a global policymakers, for the policymakers, they need to invest in specific policy guidelines. First of all, not all the countries are having the policy guidelines on AI in place, but international TIVET leaders, they should come forward and they should have guidelines on AI so that governments and the TIVET colleges which are involved, they can make effective use of it at a strategic level. Even there are countries who are now thinking to come up with a policy on AI. What can be taught through AI and what cannot be taught through AI? How to regulate AI is also one of the bigger question. Which to what proportion AI is going to be there as part of the skill development. So such kind of the very important questions are yet to be answered, and it also depends it also depends from country to country, which country is taking what kind of policy in place for AI. So that is one thing. Invest in local stakeholders to participate. Now, this is very important because government, academic, and non-government agencies, they engage in the sector that could be invited to contribute through policy analysis. Now, one size do not fit for all. Even in one country, one size do not fit for all. There is very uh, it's very important to consider the local stakeholders into consideration when we are moving, because AI can give you a standard result, but we need to be flexible enough to incorporate the local stakeholders, to incorporate the local nuances so that we can effectively use AI. Prioritize ICT access. How can mass scale of skilling can take place? How can we offer affordable connectivity so that AI can be effectively utilized for skill development? Until and unless we do not address the digital device, until and unless we do not have the seamless free flow of internet connectivity, this will be a problem. Hence, there is a need to address this problem. Policies for ethical AI. Now, the biggest problem which I guess most of the countries are suffering is the ethical usage of AI. There has been groups, there has been scam, there has been organizations which are actually, misusing AI, and this is now taking a toll on human lives as well. People are losing their money. They are subject to cyber scams. They are getting into traps because we are at the flux. We are changing. The society is transitioning, and some are aware of this kind of skilling. Some are aware of what AI is bringing to our plates, but some are not. And this is why it becomes very important to regulate AI for ethical usage. AI policies to address both social and economic needs. Now, AI is giving a lot of new businesses, but at the same time, we need to be aware of the socio-economic needs of every country. For example, there has to be representation and benefit for vulnerable groups. There should be accessibility. There should be people who are who are physically disabled. How can they make use of AI for their, so every segment of our society should be looked from that lens. And then we need to see how can smaller segments, for example, micro, small, and medium enterprises, how AI can help them harness their business. How how charity work can can be helped, how that can take place. So all such kind of you can say ideation should take place. Ethical consideration, I kept a complete slide in this because ethics is something which is a very big concern nowadays when it comes to AI and skill development. How are we going to explain the interpretability? Now, AI is becoming more advanced. Humans are challenged to comprehend and retrace the algorithm. At the same time, AI is set of processes and method which enable human users to interpret. There has to be there has to be ethics in interpretability. We cannot just use it for the sake of it. We need to have explainability, we need to have interpretability, fairness and inclusion. We need to take care that the whatever machine learning is happening, it is again a form of statistical discrimination, but it poses problem when this statistical discrimination tries to choose one kind of privileged group and do not choose the other kind of unprivileged group. So it creates a barrier for such kind of people. So there has to be fairness. Practitioners need to minimize the algorithm bias so that more and more fairness and inclusion can take place. Robustness and security, again, whatever data is being collected, because data is become one of the most important raw material and resources nowadays. We need to safeguard the data from malicious attacks, from unintentional harm which can be caused by the access of that data to somebody else. Privacy and compliance, that needs to be taken care, because everything is there on social media. People are threatened, their privacy is at stake. So such kind of social elements also needs to be taken care. This is it from my side. And if there are any questions, I would like to take them.